don't want you in here, man. Oh yeah, there's the hole right there. Whoever said he discovered it, whatever his name was, something Diego. This shows you it's probably like about 7 feet, maybe more deep. What the water does out here with the flash floods. I mean, it just tore this thing apart, man. Hey, what's up, guys? So we made it out here to the old Tumco historic town site. Gate doesn't have a lock on it, but as you can see, I ended up not being able to fix my truck, so it's just the good old luck that I got. But it's beautiful out here. Looks like they have like some trails around here and stuff, but I don't know if you can tell on here, but dunes are back there. But we were able to get out here for the most part in this car. Couple rough spots. I recommend having a truck or something like that, which is what I wanted to bring out here, but it's just the luck that we have. So that gate looks like you can open it and keep driving through here. There isn't a lock on it, but I just don't trust bringing that car through this area with this wash and everything. So we're gonna hike it in, and once we get there, we'll show you guys what we got. But this is an old historic mine site that was forgotten about. You know, over all these years, I don't think anybody really comes out here at all. As you can see, like, there's no tire tracks or anything here. Some animal tracks and stuff, but it's pretty cool, man. The mountains are nice. We're gonna take this wash and hopefully get up to the area where this spot is. Like, super cool landscape as you're walking through here. Like, you can see where these flash floods come through and just rip all this rock apart and everything. That's kind of cool. Looks like somebody carved in Alf. Should be my name, Alfredo. So all along here you can see where Laura, Steve, Mel. I don't know how old or new that stuff is, but I think people did it all along here. Yeah, this is super cool, guys. This is all like washed out from all the flash floods. It's right up ahead over there. Out here today. My son with me back there. Got Wyatt with me. And we'll get here in a minute and see what we got for you guys. I'll show you guys some cool little like cavernous rock piles up there. That's pretty cool. We're making it up to these like old water tanks maybe for the town. So once we get up here, I'll get into the nitty gritty here. But yeah, there's only footprints out here, so and the way it's wind blown, and I don't think anybody's been out here for a long time. Yeah, guys, so this definitely looks like some old tanks. Maybe they used to hold water. So this place was actually has a history of about 300 years ago. These are the Cargo Muchacho Mountains, and story to that is there was a couple Mexican kids that came walking up one day and it had their shirts filled with gold. And so that's what cargo muchacho means. It means like the kids carrying something. And after that was back probably in about mid to late 1700s. And then we're gonna make our way over here more, and then we'll get into that more. And so this became a huge gold boom before the actual California gold rush started back in 1884, which Peter Walters discovered a gold vein at Gold Rock on January 6, 1884. And the settlement later became known as Hedges and reportedly reached about 3,200 people out here, believe it or not. It's crazy. But we get in here, we're gonna look for some cool stuff that they got buried in here, and then we'll get back into it. So, I mean, that could have been part of an old, maybe wagon wheel tire, the metal lashing that goes around it, or I don't know, maybe an old barrel. This old metal up here too. I mean, you can tell this stuff's super old, man. It's been out here for at least 100+ years. But like everything out here, it's got bullet holes and shot up. But found some stuff out here in the distance. We're gonna go check that out. Maybe do like a circle. We're not gonna be out here that long, guys. It's gonna be a quick video today. Still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my truck, so I'd love to get it back. Just wanted to get out here and find something that we could get out, drive to, and actually some vans. We used to call those diamond pillows in Border Patrol. Somebody's been through here recently. Here's the road. So maybe you can drive out here. I wonder if the car would have made it. Probably not. With my luck, I would have broke down out here. But anyways, it's supposed to hit 110 today. So there's an extreme heat warning. So obviously I don't want to have my boy out here because, you know, the kids nowadays didn't grow up how we did. We got kicked out of the house. They locked the door and they told us don't come back till it gets dark. And so we were drinking from the water hose, stuff like that. But anyways, we're almost there. Oh, rocks there. Alright, so we kind of made it to our first little area that we wanted to get to. And there's building. It's been falling down, but you can tell they built it with rocks and mud. This is definitely back from late 1800s, early 1900s. This is the old ghost town. Later became Tumco Mine, which everybody thinks it's something Spanish related, but it's not. It's actually named after the company that came and tried to open it up again and get it going again. I think it was called the United Mines Company, so that's where the Tumco comes from, Tumco. But they ran that again up into the 1940s, and then this became a historic landmark, landmark number 182. But some more stuff over here. Actually a good breeze right now, so thank the Lord for that, because it was getting kind of warm. But yeah, so Peter Walters discovered this, but they're saying the Spanish had something to do with this. Now, it's just legend and lore about the Spanish being out here. And that's why they call it Cargo Muchacho Mountains, was because those two kids walked up with the gold in their shirts. And then we had our first gold rush here. Everybody thinks it was up north, Northern California, back in the early 1940s, but it actually started here. This was the first gold rush in California. And there was 3,200 people living here, so I'm gonna put some images up so you guys can see what it looked like back then, because there is some stuff that you can show you guys. And it's actually beautiful out here. It's not that hot right now. It's a little humid. That's what kind of makes it rough, but
so guys, like always, I like to post some pictures. You see the encampments here and how massive of a scale this place was back then. Even showing the guys that were working there, and you can just tell it just looks super old school. But just wanted to show you guys this real quick and give you guys a glimpse into the past.
yeah, and this is right on the border too. Like the border is literally like maybe 15 miles south of us right now, so makes sense. There was a couple Mexican kids that came through here and did that, found the gold. But Peter Walters of Ogilvy is the one who triggered this gold mine to begin back in when was it? January 6, 1884, right? It was called the Little Mary Claim. And then it later turned into I think it was called Grand Mogul back in 1883, actually in November. But it was officially known as the Gold Rock Camp, but they had like houses and everything out here. I mean, think about it. There's 3,200 people living right here in this whole area. So we're gonna go walk, check out this other building over here, see what else we got. Alright guys, well, I came up to this old foundation right here. You know what guys, I love this stuff, man. I love coming out here exploring. I used to love it when I was in Border Patrol. I'd always find all kinds of stuff that I'm still going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it back there in the distance. Looks like there's old... Oh, that might have been one of the shafts to go down underground, because they were mining underground. I think there's one right here actually. Let me see. BLM blocked it off. You can see the rust and everything, the gated grates. And I love gold prospecting. I did it since I was little. I was a member of the GPAA, German Mineral Society. So my dad used to always take me out. So they were looking for something here. Apparently they didn't find what they were looking for, so it ended up being nothing. Let me take a look at this stuff over here, because this is pretty cool. But there should be some mines you can walk into out here. So we're gonna try to find those, show you guys those, and but stuff like this, I love it, man, because you don't know, it's a year old, 100 years old, but I mean, it looks like a fire pit to me that somebody built a long time ago. But you got the old building here, the old foundation here. And obviously this is at least 100 plus years old, and it's so cool how they did the natural rock from here, and the rocks are huge too. And then they used brick. So at some point, this almost looks like the brick they used to make out here too. I mean, this is the kind of brick that you see in Cali. Look how big this boulder is that they put in here. A bunch of people scratched their names and stuff in here, but yeah, these are thick, solid walls, dude. So you can definitely stay cool in the summer, warm in the winter. I'm sure there used to be a roof, maybe with a little hole on top. Put a fire in here, a little wood burning stove or something. Boy, right there is tying his shoe, but just the landscape out here is amazing. It looks like there's maybe a cemetery up there. I see some crosses with like some names and stuff. So another old foundation right here. You can tell just by the way the cement looks like it's made. That is old. Looks looks like the old road from back in the day when they built it, but just look at the rock and stuff. It's so cool, man. I'm gonna go up here and see what this is. It looks like a maybe an old cemetery or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a couple adults and 3 kids, if you ask me. But it says Roy Papa, Roy Boy, yeah, Antonio, I think, and Anna. Weddle Martinez, I miss you. Weddle means like white boy in Spanish. Well, there's one of the shafts right there. We're gonna go look at that. And then we found the mine you can walk into over here. So we're gonna keep exploring, guys. We're gonna show you some of this stuff. Not filming the whole time I'm doing it because I don't want the camera to get hot, and then I want you guys to hear me breathing hard because I don't really hike anymore like I used to in the Border Patrol. So I kind of sound like a overweight middle-aged man now. So let me get up here and then we'll show you guys this shaft. This shows you this is probably like, it's about 7 feet, maybe more deep. What the water does out here with the flash floods, I mean, it just tore this thing apart, man. It's almost like its own little cave. It's super cool. Made like a little bridge. Taking this big boulder down. Yeah, this is what BLM does out here. I don't want you in here, man. Oh yeah, there's the hole right there. So this is an old mine shaft that they filled in and then put this on top. People wouldn't get back in there. Old trail right here. Pretty sure what these guys are using to go back and forth to the different mines they had out here. It's definitely an old trail, you can tell. Alright. We're gonna head to the next spot, guys. We're gonna catch our breath here for a second and then head that way. Alright, so here's the yellow. This one, honestly, this one's like, what would you say, Pop? Maybe like 5 times bigger than the other one? Yeah. At least, right? Oh yeah, this is huge. Oh yeah, check that out. That is a deep. Oh, my camera doesn't fall off. See if I can get in there. Get you guys a good view. I'm sure that goes super deep, but this is freaking cool, man. Another old. They had something on top of there. It might have been old. They used to do ore mining, you know, bring the ore out, crush it. Could have been an old press, some old mill. They press the rock, get the gold out, process it. But yeah, I love this stuff. I follow vloggers that do this stuff, and I mean, down here, look, this is huge. They're definitely mining over here too. Look at this. All this has been worked. I mean, it actually looks really cool here in person. Just all the colors, and we saw some more buildings over here we're gonna go check out, but just wanted to show you guys this. BLM puts these up, you know, so that way people don't fall in here or try to go down there and look for more gold, because apparently the reason why this shut down and the 3,200 people left was just bad management. It's kind of like everything here in California. They spent way too much for what they were getting in return. But I didn't mean the gold ran out. The gold didn't run out. There was still plenty of gold. For somebody like you or me to come out here and mine something like this and probably get rich, because you're not going to have all the overhead that these guys had. And we have the equipment nowadays where you can get it done efficiently with very little fuel. So we're going to go check out these buildings over here. There's the wash down there. But you see how everything's still so green out here? Whatever is green. That's just because the water, man. When it rains up in the mountains, it just flash floods down here. And so that's why when I've taken my kids out in the desert, And if I see dark clouds moving in on top of the mountains, I'd say it's time to go, because that stuff literally takes like, you know, minutes, half an hour at the most, but you need time to get out, you know. There's like a trail right here too. Alright, we're gonna go look at a couple spots right here and see what we can find for you guys. Across this super old wood framing that collapsed. Could have been a home, could have been another mine pit that was open before, and with the water and the rain and the years, you know, because it keeps going around this way. A little pile of rocks. That could have been another one, man. I don't know. Looks like it anyway. It's like an old mine shaft, but we got another mine shaft over there we're gonna check out, and then we're gonna head back to that little gold mine / cave we saw back here. It's actually doing good. We haven't been out here hiking in a while either, because it's been so hot, and I said, you know what, tomorrow we're gonna get up early and we're gonna hit this early. Another old can. Been there forever. Anyways, I'm gonna go this way, check this out, and then we'll see what we got. Yeah, so there's another rock pile there, wall they built, so retaining wall for something. But we're gonna get out of here, guys. It's getting hot. I can tell my son's getting worn out already, so I'm not acclimated to it anymore, and I know he's not, definitely. I already cut myself somewhere, I don't know where, but I didn't even feel it. So we're gonna go look at that mine that was open and get out of here. Saw this old brickwork, old, super weathered, and this is the rain, man. It's not even we're way up high, so there's no way the floods would get it this high, but this is old, at least 150 years. And there's, yeah, some more foundations, old building right there, but there's a big old cable over there, so I'm guessing they were just maybe had some sort of trolley system or something just to move the ore, but I'm not sure. We're gonna get out of here, guys. So there we go. Tumco Town site, traces of the past. Looks like they use cyanide. See everybody there. Alright guys, so this is the Tumco Town site. It's a walk through history. It says Tumco is an abandoned gold mining town, one of the earliest gold mining areas in California. Gold was first discovered here by Spanish colonists who were moving more north from Sonora. Yeah, legend talks with two young boys who returned to camp one evening carrying loads of gold ore in their shirts. The surrounding cargo Muchacho mountains were named for these muchachos cargados, loaded boys. This was in 1894. So, and there's some pretty cool photos here. Not great quality, but obviously look where we're at. Kind of showcasing all that. So we're gonna go ahead and walk in here, and this little trail. Started, guys. We'll get this started. So alright guys, so we have it's like they built a bunch of I don't know, I want to say like homes. Look at these walls, natural stone, breaking them apart, piecing them together. There's a bunch of them right here. Gosh, this is gonna be 150, 200 years old, maybe 300 years old. When the Spanish were out here digging for gold. And And they have found a Spanish galleon out here that was buried in the sand. It was eroded with the wind. So it's not a myth or a legend. They were here. They were able to prove it. So and everybody knows that. You know, that's what San Diego is named after. San Diego after whoever said he discovered it. You know, whatever his name was, something Diego. Doesn't really mean what Anchorman said it meant. I'm not going to say what that was, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He said San Diego. Anyways, keep going this way. It's super awesome, guys. Just keep going and going. Yeah, there's a huge one up there I'm going to have to go look at. I didn't even notice that earlier. So like I said, I'm back out here again because my son wasn't doing too good. I got maybe 100, but you know, kids never grew up the way we did. But look, this is awesome. It almost has like two separate, like a 2-bedroom. This is like a 2-bedroom right here. This would be mine. Love it. I bet you could dig up some old fire pits around here and find some cool stuff, but there's something else up there. I'm gonna try to go look. So if I can get up there, I'll let you guys know. We'll see in a second. Alright guys, so here's our first, or our last stop, but our first mine that they dug out here. Man, it's getting super windy now, so, and I'm gonna pull out my phone so I can get some more light in here, but it's crazy. They dug all this by hand, and earlier we were here this morning. I had to leave because it got so hot, and I could tell my son wasn't feeling it anymore. And oh, my light's helping, but so now I'm back out here, but now it said 117 on the way over here, and I parked, and then it said 115. But yeah, it went pretty far in. I mean, look, I would say about maybe like 30 feet. But trying to see if there's like any kind of like ore-looking stuff that they were looking at. Sometimes you can see. I mean, look at all that. A lot of that reflection too can be like mica or just the granite itself. Maybe some crystallized type of material. Like that's just like the granite, you know, reflecting. That's why people use it for their homes, right? You see it on the countertops in houses. It looks beautiful, and some of this stuff almost looks like it's trying to form like garnet, right? If you look at it correctly. And I grew up doing this stuff with my dad. I loved it, man. Going exploring out in the desert and checking out old mines. We used to go to so many old mines, huge ones too, that I'm gonna see if I can explore, if I can get access to them. But anyways, we're gonna make our way back out. I think I got another one over here that we can see. Using my iPhone so I can zoom in and just show you how cool and massive that is, dude. Look how old that looks. Very well done too, if I might add. It's easily a 20-foot tree, man, so I'm gonna try to get up there right now and see if I can get a closer look, see what it is. It might be just, I don't know where they had, I don't think they had equipment up there though. We'll find out. Seems like a weird spot to put everything. Alright guys, so made it here. Had to stop for a second, drink some water, and I was basically in awe of this thing, but looks like there's another claim marker up here. They're all over the place out here. Try to get up here quick so I can get out of here. But hey, look how high up we are. We're way up here. I mentioned it's 117 yet. Hey, but I'm doing this because I love it. I want to show everybody who can't make it here or can't hike or don't feel like doing this. They just love seeing it on my channel. And I would say please like and subscribe, share. I would love to make more. And wow, it's a water. I knew it was going to be a water retention, and I was right. Wow, look at this, guys. It's massive. Look at my foot compared to the house. These like 5 foot thick walls, 4.5 feet. Wow, they use the natural face of the mountain here and catching the rainwater, man. How genius is that? Rolling off the mountain here. Look how massive that is. Look how high up we are. And people wrote their names in there in 1972. Maybe 1872? I don't know. I'm not an expert on engineering or materials being used, but the way the color that it is, the way it looks, easily a couple hundred years old, 100, 150, something like that. But and then it goes up there. There's like more. Just trying to figure out how to get up there without falling down. If it is that old, guys, it's still holding strong. What the heck are we doing wrong now? Nowadays, almost fell. A lot of those ankle breakers. So here's the rule when you hit ankle breakers: go with them. Don't try to not really stop the fall, but don't try to like force your way out of it. Just keep going with it and eventually catch your balance. Now obviously if you're on the edge of a cliff, you're not going to do that, but it's usually the best way to do is to go with the motion, the fluid of the motion, and then get yourself stable again. Right here I can do that because I'm not on the cliff, but yeah, it was just the way to guide the water. Can you imagine when it poured rain, how cool it would look? It'd be amazing, bro, like a huge waterfall. And when it flash floods out here, whew, better be careful. So, anyways, guys, I think this is the outro. Thank you so much, whoever's watching, subscribing, liking our videos. I'm doing this for my son and I, and trying to create something positive for us where I have time to be with him, and you know, I could really use everybody's love and support. Unfortunately, the truck thing didn't work out. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but 2 or 3 different motors, and that's just that. Like my dad said, if it wasn't for the Moran's bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all, right? So, I appreciate you guys big time, and I'm gonna keep going. You know, at some point, I'll figure out how to get that truck fixed. And this is what I'm showing you in that car. Can you imagine what I could show you once I get my 4x4 ready? There's so many things that I know that nobody else does that I can show you. You know, obviously this is something a lot of people know about. I mean, it's public. There's signs everywhere, but it's just what I can show you guys for now. But like I always say, guys, if it doesn't feel like a blessing, I have my hat backwards still. I normally don't like wearing it backwards, but it's getting hot. If it doesn't feel like a blessing, it's probably a lesson. It's Frito the Wanderer. See where we wander off to next. Anyways, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Turned off on me? Stop recording on me. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't like what I was saying. Maybe this thing's judgmental already. It's hot out here, so it's probably overheating. The little red light's blinking, so I don't know what it means because it's running out of room or what. But anyways, guys, good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Frito the Wanderer out. We'll see you again next time. Peace. Bonus footage. Just want to show you guys a view from up here. See the whole valley, man. The wind's kicking in good, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, but car is right over there somewhere, if you can see it. But I'm good, I think we'll get there. Anyways, guys, one last bonus footage. I stumbled on this by accident. It's another water basin they did out of just the rocks and whatever cement they made out here. Look at that. Man, how freaking cool is that, dude? That's so awesome, man. Honestly, I think you could probably almost skateboard the other one. How nice it was still. Anybody has a skateboard or skates, I mean, I wouldn't do it because I think they catch you getting there. They're gonna definitely a federal offense. I don't want you damaging any of this stuff. So, wow. Not bad. I was zoomed all the way in. Hey, look, Fred, Sharon, 67. I don't like that name. I'm afraid of it, but still. I saw Alf earlier. Now there's Fred.